Well, Brentford versus Arsenal match preview. This is what we bring you here onto the Rokani Media Football. It is the community stadium that is going to host this game, Gitek Community Stadium. That's where the game is going to be played. It capacitates 17,250 people. Rokan David is my name. We are here to talk about this game. We thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikim Frahide is going to be a Juma Karim, and hope you guys are really having the best of the best that you guys are really going in through. So smash the like button close to 300 times, and don't forget to subscribe because we want to hit that magic number of 19,000 subscribers after hitting 18,000 subscribers. Hope you guys are really having a wonderful stay wherever you are, and we're here to bring you this video. Now, before we go elsewhere, I would like to obviously tell you what the results of these two teams were in the previous Premier League games they played before we headed into the international break. Brentford lost to Liverpool by 3-0 in that game. I think Mohamed Salah put up a brace. That is it. Then Arsenal beat Burnley by 3-1. That was the result at the Emirates. And Arsenal have been one of those highs. I've gone ahead not to lose, not to obviously find themselves losing very many games away from home. That is it. They've gone ahead to lose only one game away from home. They lost to none other than Newcastle, and it was really a very controversial game of football. When we go to the injuries, let's start it off with Brentford. Brentford are not having Ivan Toney. You all know why Ivan Toney is not in here. He has been banned for 6 months, and he's left with like some 38 days to obviously return to playing for the Brentford side because he is banned. So we wait and see whether he'll come and play for Brentford, as very many teams are interested in his signature. They're having Lewis Porter. He's having a calf injury. Damsgaard is having an injury. Then Rico Henry is having an injury. Aaron Hickey is having a thigh injury. And then Kevin Shad is having an adductor problem. That is it. So the rest of the players are really a variable, and we'll wait and see how that is obviously gonna pan out. When we go to Arsenal, shockingly, they've gone ahead to obviously get some players back, and the players that are really injured are Emily Smith-Rowe is out, Thomas Partey is out, and Julian Timber. The rest of the players are really available for selection, and good enough. We've not heard that Arsenal have gone ahead to obviously get any bad news coming in from the international break games that were played, and even they saw Gabriel Jesus get himself what we call a 90-minute play when Arsenal was playing against when Brazil was losing to Argentina by 1-0. So that takes us to the Premier League positions, the Premier League positions of these teams. When you look at Arsenal is third with 27 points in 12 games. Brentford is 11th with 16 points in 12 games. That is it. So you now get the beautiful picture of how this game of football is obviously going to go on. Now let's go to the predicted starting 11 of Arsenal, because the system Arsenal plays is a 4-3-3. Arteta very much conversant with his system, and he rarely changes it. And let's see how Arsenal is going to line up into this game of football. Though Cedric Soares is also having an illness, but he's not really ready to obviously get into this team of Arsenal because there are very many players who play in his position. Then Ben White has been ill, but I think he's one of those players I'm going to hate to use this international break to obviously find themselves really getting back to where they deserve to be. Now, you all know that David Raya is a goalkeeper they really got on loan from Brentford, and he is ineligible to play against his team. That is it. So on Saturday, this guy is out of action, and you don't expect him to play, meaning that it's going to be Aaron Ramsdale in between the stitches of Arsenal. So Aaron Ramsdale returns in between the stitches of Arsenal, as Arsenal is having a divided opinion, especially the fans, on who should be the goalkeeper or not. But David Raya is really a very good goalkeeper, and I think he represents what Arteta feels And it shows you that in the first place, in 2020, they went in for David Raya, but they couldn't sign him. That is it. They couldn't sign him, and they brought in. They left. Neto. It was not Neto. What was the name? This German goalkeeper that plays for Fulham, that was at Arsenal, Bernard Leno. After leaving Bernard Leno there, the next summer they brought in Aaron Ramsdale. Now they've gone ahead to get in the goalkeeper that they want. That is none other than Aaron Ramsdale. So after Aaron Ramsdale, we obviously have to go to the right back of Arsenal. Benjamin White never played part into the game while they're playing against Burnley, but we anticipate that he's going to use these 2 weeks to obviously return when he's fully fit. So we anticipate that he's going to play as the right back for the side of Arsenal, and we all know that he has been a decent right back into that side. And him being away has obviously gone ahead to obviously help him to relax. Remember, he never played onto that week, so he has gone ahead to get 2 weeks when he's really not bothered. So we anticipate him to return and play a big part into that team of Arsenal. We go to the left back, guys, with how intensive this game is going to be, physical, and the likes of Mbeumo running, I think it's Mbeumo and Wissa who ran onto those sides, the left and right attacking sides respectively. Then I anticipate that Zinchenko is obviously not going to play part into this game, especially at the beginning of this game. He might come in later, but the beginning of this game, I think it's going to be Tomiyasu to play as the left back for the side of Arsenal, because Zinchenko, no way he can defend Mbeumo. No way he can do that job. So I anticipate that Arteta might use Tomiyasu to close that side. On the right side of the central defense, I saw this guy play for France, as France drew with Greece 2-2. It was William Saliba, and he's physically fit. Remember, he missed out onto the previous international break because he had a foot injury. And on the left side of the central defense, it's going to be Gabriel Magalhaes, who really defended very well and was taken off the field of play in the 75th minute with Gabriel Martinelli, as they lost to Argentina by 1-0. But he's physically fit and ready to obviously do his job as a player for the side of Arsenal. So that is the back four of Arsenal, and I think he's not going to have a lot of work to do, because especially the central defenders, because they're not having their main striker, that is Ivan Toney, who is left with some 38 days for him to obviously get to where he deserves to be. Now we go to the central midfield. I saw this guy play for Italy some good minutes. That is Jorginho, and I think he's going to be given part to play into the central midfield of Arsenal, to act as a CDM. You've seen him patrol that area very well, and I think no one doubts what he's going to put on the field of play, and we all believe that he's really doing a very good job in the absentia of Thomas Partey and very many others. Alongside him, I think it's gonna be Kai Havertz playing in the midfield, and we saw Kai Havertz play as a left back for Germany, and I think there are lots of versatility options in this guy, and it continues to show me that he's really a different kind of guy altogether, and Arsenal might obviously benefit a lot from him. Remember, Arteta is trying to play him as a number 8, like a box-to-box midfielder, but every time he's played as a number 10, he obviously thrives on the pitch better, because that is the position he grew up playing. But at Germany, he played as a left back for the 2 games they went ahead to play into the leagues, into the friendlies. They obviously played as the Germany national team, though they went ahead to lose to Australia, and they went ahead to lose to Austria and Turkey. That is it. So Declan Rice comes in through to play in that midfield. He was not played, especially in the first game where they beat was it Malta? Yeah, at Wembley. He came in through and played just 15 minutes. Then in the second game, he played a full 90. And the same applied to Bukayo Saka. Both games he never played a full 90, and that obviously gives him a very good chance to obviously have a recharge of his batteries for his club at Arsenal. So that is the midfield 3. I anticipate Kai Havertz to be played as a central attack midfielder or a number 10 into this game, as Declan Rice is played as a number 8. Jorginho, number 6, that is the single pivot. We go to the forward of Arsenal, right forward, obviously Bukayo Saka coming in through to obviously do the needful. Remember, he was really pivotal when they played in the Champions League, and how he found himself in a position of putting there an assist for none other than Leandro Trossard in that game of Burnley, that he went in the air and really headed the ball, you know. He won that L duel. How many times have you seen Bukayo Saka do the needful to obviously win an L duel and really create an assist? I've really gonna hate to see him, you know, but he really put in a shift and comes in through to be back onto his form, because he had taken very many games without scoring a goal. But we've seen in the game of Sevilla, he scored and created one. Then in the on the weekend, he put up an assist for Leandro Trossard. Then left forward, Gabriel Martinelli, having scored in the game of Colombia and never really put up a show when Argentina was beating them 1-0. I think he returns to start onto that left forward position. Now, who's going to lead the line? Edin Nketiah has been resting at home, or Gabriel Jesus, who was going to hit to return and played a full 90 for Brazil when they're taking on Argentina. Or Leandro Trossard, who is really on fire. He has gone ahead to score in 5 goals and put up a pair of assists ever since the season started for the side of Arsenal. Now, Edin Nketiah, I think he's not supposed to be leading that line of Arsenal, and I all go for this guy. Gabriel Jesus, to lead the line for this side of Arsenal, because he makes the people around him better, and Edin Nketiah doesn't do that. So that is my starting 11 of Arsenal. Tell me, who do you add and who do you really subtract from this team? So that is my starting 11 of Arsenal, and Arsenal have to look a lot on players like Mbeumo and Wissa, because they're really dangerous and deadly. And is it Jansen in that midfield? But if Arsenal stop Mbeumo and Wissa, then they'll obviously find themselves in a position of really getting this game into their favor. Now, let's start it off with these head-to-head starts, and then I'm going to give you my prediction later. After beating Arsenal 2-0 in the first Premier League game against them in August 2021, Brentford are winless in their last 3 games against the Gunners. We all know that Arsenal faced a nightmare at the Community Stadium when this team beat them by 2-0. Remember, it was Ben White's first game for Arsenal. Who else was signed then? I think did Tavares play part? Lokonga? Yeah, they all played part, but they found themselves beaten. But ever since then, Arsenal has gone ahead to really win 2 games against them, and they've gone ahead to obviously draw 1. That draw was really controversial. You know what really happened at the Emirates, because VAR never drew the lines very well, and they gave an offside goal to Ivan Toney, a goal that was really very bad, to deny Arsenal their 3 points, and they only took 1. Then we are having Arsenal have won their last 2 away games against Brentford in all competitions, beating them 3-0 in this exact fixture last season. The Gunners had won just one of their first 7 visits to the Bees between 1902 and 2021. So you all know how it really had to happen there. Arsenal also beat Brentford this season in the Carabao Cup by 1-0, but Brentford attacked Arsenal a lot, though Arsenal are going to have to make some huge changes into that team. Then they're telling us that Arsenal have already won away at Brentford this season, beating them 1-0 in the League Cup. I've talked about it. The last time they won 2 away games against FA London side in the same season was against Crystal Palace in 1992 to 1993, 2-1 and 3-1 in the League Cup. So Arsenal are really vying to go in and register this win. Then, since losing 3-0 to Arsenal in this exact fixture last season, Brentford have gone unbeaten in their last 14 Premier League London derbies matches. They've won 8 and drawn 6. However, only Arsenal 16 are on a longer current run without a defeat. So remember, last season Arsenal never really lost any game in the London derby, and they went ahead to obviously win all the London derbies, you know. And then this season they've gone ahead to obviously draw against Tottenham, against Chelsea, you know. So we wait and see how this London derby is going to go for Arsenal. Is it going to be in their favour? God knows. Then Brentford have lost just one of their last 10 home league games. 5 wins, 4 draws, going down 3-1 against Everton in September. They've beaten Burnley 3-0 and West Ham 3-2 in their last 2 at home. Last winning 3 consecutive while scoring 3 goals each time in March 2015. So it shows you that they've been a good side at home, and we all know that teams like these are always hard at home and they're really a hard nut to crack. So we wait and see how that pans out for the side of Brentford and Arsenal. But all I want to let you know is that Brentford is not going to be an easy nut to crack. But I give Arsenal a 2-1 win at Brentford. That is it. I give them a 2-1 win because Odegaard is back. I know he's going to be on the bench. Trossard is going to be there to obviously come in through and give them a little bit of a cover as a team. So I'm going for a 2-1 win away at Brentford for Arsenal. So guys, your thoughts onto that are welcome in the comment section below. Rokani David remains my name. What's your prediction? I've gone ahead to give you everything that you need to know about this fixture, and just get to know that it's going to be a hard game to play, and Arsenal need to obviously operate on a full wavelength. But their bench is obviously going to help them get this ball or get this game to where they want it to be. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum and Juma Karim in advance. Ciao, ciao for now.